Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome, or maybe it's welcome back to USA Global TV and Business Talk Radio. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and our show today is Talking Heads. If you're joining us for the first time, you're wondering, what is a talking head? Talking heads are leading experts from around the world who come and present in a 30-minute segment lessons to help make us better personally or professionally. Today's talking head is Mr. Roland Friedl. He is also a co-host here on USA Global TV. Maybe you just saw our show, The Mallorca Connection. If not, you can check it out on our YouTube channel. And he's an elevated listener, which means that he has taken the time to learn what it takes to have elevated listening skills. He's someone you definitely want to get to know personally and professionally. Let's welcome him to the show. Hi, welcome.
Hello, Dr. Jacqueline. Great to see you again.
Great to see you as well. I'm really excited for your presentation, so I'm going to bring up your deck, and I'll be watching backstage.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, enjoy.
Okay, so good evening from Europe, or good afternoon to the US or Canada, wherever you're watching and listening. Yeah, welcome back to my first model, which is called Increase Your Leadership Performance by Smart Planning and an Effective Team Communication. And last time in Module 2, we've been talking about action plan after the first episode where we talked about setting smart goals. And we did last time, putting together a smart action plan, a strategic and a smart action plan. And now we go the next step, and we're going to talk tonight, the next 30 minutes, about a success draw. These are 5, I strongly believe, critically important steps you have to consider for a successful team performance. And when you followed the last 2 episodes, you already know how I do this. I will do it in different steps. First of all, we look at it, why it is important to have a look at the success draw. Secondly, while we explain what it is, then we talk shortly about how we're using it. And last but not least, what if you're adapting this, how can it work for you? My name is Roland Friedl. I'm original, maybe you may recognize from my accent. I have a German accent, so I'm an Austrian. We have a kind of German language, and I'm based here on the beautiful island of Mallorca, from where I work remotely right now with most of my clients worldwide. I'm helping out to perform better in their organizations, helping out their leadership, and have a better performance and a more purposeful life. That's what we're doing, and since more than 2.5 decades together with my team. So let's go into the success draw, because this was for me a game changer when I found out what it needs to be successful as a team. Because most people say, yeah, we need motivation. We will see afterwards. Motivation is very important, but before motivation comes, there are some steps to consider which will trigger motivation. Okay, so why is it important? First of all, I guess if you want to increase your performance, especially this is what success is. Success is meeting your set goals, and I guess your goal is to increase your performance, whatever it is. Maybe you're running a business in sales, maybe it's about increasing the coverage and market shares, maybe it's increasing your performance, the profit, your sales, whatever it is, your service quality. And success in this context means reaching your team goals, because we're talking about team performance. And you all know, when you're leading the industry, to be honest, all the success comes from team efforts. You can't do it by yourself. You need a team that is aligned with what you're doing. So that's the reason for it, to have a look at it, how a successful team performance and what needs a team to successfully perform. And this is what it is. And well, unfortunately, StreamYard doesn't allow the the animation of my presentation I prepared, so it's all coming in. So it has 5 different steps to consider, and we start on top. When you want to have a successful team, first of all, you have to make absolutely clear that everyone in the team, really everyone in the team, is totally aligned. Not only to your vision, where you want to go, to your goals, where the direction is going. Most leaders understand, okay, I have to align my team to my vision, where we are going. And they mostly forget that your team also, and this is very critical to understand, not only to your goals, where you want to run, where is your goal? It's also very critical that you also align every single team member also on your plan and the strategy. Not only what is your goal, but also how to get there. This is also important, because sometimes team members are okay with your goals. They have the same goals, the same vision, but you're not aligned with the way how to go there, with the strategy, with the methodology, with the action plan, whatever it is. So make sure, and this is very critical to repeat it. First of all, before you start, whatever goal you want to reach with your team, whatever it is, be sure that every single member of your team is 100% aligned to your goals, or you can call it your targets, your vision, whatever it is, but also to your plan, to your action plan, to your strategic plan, to your methodology, how to get there. Okay, so this is the first one. Be clear that everyone is aligned. You can do this, and we will talk about a little bit later in episode number 4 in effective team meetings, how you align and make sure that your team members are aligned and understand exactly what you want, what you're expecting, and how to go there. Okay, so number 1 of the success story, the 5 points, is make sure that everyone in the team member, every single member, is aligned on your vision and also on your action plan and strategic plan, how to get there. That's the first thing. It's quite easy. It's quite easy, but most leaders, and that's my experience when I moderate meetings, or I can join meetings as a silent listener to give silent observer to give feedback afterwards, is they align them on the goals, but they don't align them on the strategy and on the action plan. So get them involved and make sure that they're aligned. This is where it starts. When you have any resistance, especially when you have team members who are not very outcoming. Sometimes people are very outcoming. They like to discuss. They bring in their perspective, their opinion. But you have also more passive persons who are silent and then not giving you immediate feedback. Please get them involved. Ask them, and we will learn this in the next episode. Asking clever questions to get the answers you need to find out, is really everyone aligned, is everyone motivated, not only to reach those goals, but also how to get there. Okay, that's the first point. Is everybody aligned? Second point is about skills. So when it's clear where to go, when it's clear how to reach this goal, how to get there, when you have a clear plan, a strategic plan, an action plan, then you have to define together with your team members which skills are necessary to reach these goals. Okay, which skills do we need? Which tools do we need to reach this goal? So you have to find, first of all, the skills, what is needed. Secondly, you have to find out, do we have these skills in our team? Not every team member does to have the skills, but some team members have to have that. So do we have the skills? If not, we have to develop them or refine them. So we can develop them by themselves, or we bring a person like myself and my team in, so a third party in, to train and coach the team members. Okay, so don't forget, when you set your goals and you're very enthusiastic about reaching these goals, and you really challenge yourself and your team about reaching the goal, everything is clear. Also make sure that the skills are available by the team members and yourself. So okay, so define the skills that are needed to reach these goals. Define what can be contributed by the team, or maybe can be contributed by a third party. Maybe can outsource some skills. That's also possible. If you don't want to outsource them, develop your team members by an internal academy, if available in your HR department, or by a third party, by a training consulting company for example, like partner performance systems, for example. That's what our main topic is. Define and also develop your organization, your stuff, your personal stuff in sales, in services, in leadership, whatever is needed. Okay. Okay, so I repeat it for you. After aligning your team members about your goals and the way to reach the goals, make sure that you know and you develop all the skills that are needed. That's very, very important from the beginning. What my experience is, and that is why I really emphasize on the second point too, is that most leading organizations start running with their team, and then they find out, oh, we don't know this, we don't know this, we don't know this, we don't know this. So make sure from the beginning exactly what skills are needed. Of course, when you're working on longer projects, skills may change. Maybe technologies that is involved is changing. Yeah, we have this. Just think about digitalization that came in and it was a game changer in many ways. So it can change during the project. Maybe you need during the project something is changing and you need additional skills or different skills or new skills, or you have to adapt skills, or come on the latest version, whatever. Okay, so make sure from the beginning what kind of skills are needed, define them, develop them, and then go for it. That's the second point. The third point that is also very important, and I very often see it that it's not probably done, is I will call it discipline, because it needs some discipline to do it properly and frequently, is doing review processes and giving feedback to your team members. What do I mean by this? It needs really discipline as a leader. Once you set your goals, you define the skills and you start working, is having the discipline of a regular review process. Are we going still in the right direction? Are we still moving forward? Are there any obstacle? Are there any distraction? Is there any change from market sides, from customer sides, from competitor sides, internal sides? So always review. Are you still on track, or do you have redefined something, adapt something? Okay, so please bring up the discipline and make sure from the beginning how often you review, who is reviewing, what will be reviewed, who is in charge for that. Make it really sure that it's done on a regular base. Always review. Very, very important. I see it many times in organization that there is not a proper review process done, because okay, we finally started, we just have the project, we do it, and it will work. And sometimes in between the lines are here a lot of hope. And believe me, guys, hope is not a good strategy. It's even worse than no strategy. Okay, so please make sure that you have a proper review process on a regular basis, and start from the beginning and prepare from the beginning. Okay, what will be reviewed? Okay, what are critical pillars in my strategy, in my action plan, that has to be reviewed regularly. And also give feedback to your team members. And actually, we will do this in the last episode, in episode 6. There you're going to learn how to give a proper feedback for team performance. But feedback is also very important, because it is part of motivation. There was an interesting poll done years with hundreds and hundreds of leaders in the corporate world, and thousands and thousands, more than 100,000 team members, and they interviewed about they had 10 different topics. That okay, what is the most important for you to perform properly? And the team members have been asked, and then the leaders have been asked, what do you think your team members will rank on the first? Okay, so the team members have been, what is important for you? And then the leadership was asked separately, what do you think that your team members think is important? And the outcome was very, very interesting, because it was absolutely diverse. Yeah, so there was stuff like I need a good income, I need a friendly boss, I need a good environment, I need friendly colleagues, different stuff like that. And the leaders said, they believe that what is most important for their staff to perform good and be motivated is a good salary. They talked about a friendly, supporting boss, a good working environment, and then we compared it. What came out? What the team members, the staff really wants and needs, not only wants but also needs to perform properly. And this was totally different. Of course, they want salary. Of course, they want to get paid because everybody has to settle their bills. Of course, they want a friendly boss. Of course, they don't want a dictatorship. Of course, they want a friendly working environment. Also, of course, but it was not on number 1, 2, 3, or 5. You know what was number one was? Number one was we want exactly to know where we are going. So they want to know the vision, the goals of their leadership, and they want to be aligned. So first of all, they want to know exactly where are we going, which direction we are running. That's number 1. Number 2 was I want to have a frequent feedback by my boss, by my leadership about my contribution to the team effort. I want to have a feedback. How good is my contribution to the team effort to reach this goal? And please don't only tell me if it's good or bad. Tell me how close I am and what can I do to improve my performance, to improve and increase my contribution to the team effort. And this is quite interesting. So what I'm teaching right now about the success style is not only from a leadership style, very important, or a management theory. This is what your team members need to be at the end of number 5, to be motivated. They want to know where are your goals, which direction we are running, and they want to have a feedback about their contribution, how good they are, and what they can do to increase their performance, to increase their contribution to the team. That's very important. So that's what I call it. Number 3 is very, very important. Not only doing a frequent review process for the business, also give your team members a feedback. And if you need some tips and hints for that, we will do the feedback we will do in episode number 6, so in 3 weeks from now. Okay. So number 3 is discipline. Number 4 is what is here is risk. What ifs, risk and strategy. It's also very important to be clear about everything you do and everything you don't do on a mid or short or long term. I give you an example what I understand about what if. I'll give you an example. Think about your very sales-driven organization, for example. Okay, you want to increase your market shares, you want to sell more, find more clients, or whatever it is, and you find out, okay, we need certain skills, for example, and we say, okay, but we don't have the budget to do a lot of commercial advertising. Maybe we start about asking for recommendations, so asking our satisfied customer for recommendations. So we need the skills how we ask them to get recommendation, how we do that. And you find out, most of our team members staff doesn't know how to do it. They never try to get any recommendations. So we have to train them. Okay, so we hire, for example, an sales expert on recommendation who trains the team in a 2-day or 3-day session, whatever it is, on how to get recommendation by satisfied customer, how to build up relationship, how to build up a satisfied customer, how to get recommendation, and then what to do with those recommendations. Okay, as an example. So the risk means on the short term, it means when you hire a trainer, you have expenses, and during the process, say it's a 2 or 3-day workshop, your staff is sitting in a virtual or in a real classroom, meaning during this workshop, there are no sales because nobody's on the street or visiting clients and selling your product. Okay, so on the short term, there's no sale, there's no profit the next 3 days. But on the long term, they will increase. Hopefully, you hired a good training organization like Spartan Performance, for example. And after the training and after coaching the new skills, they know how to do it better, they know how to perform better, and then the sales will increase. Okay, so on the long term, if you do the training, you will have no maybe no sales within the 3 days, but afterwards it will increase. This is when you do the trading. If you don't do the trading, there's also risk. If you don't do it, if you don't hire trading, of course you have no spending. Every salesperson is on the street. No spending on the long term, on the short term, but on the long term, this may mean that your sales is going down because there's no budget for commercials or stuff like that. So you depend on recommendation, but nobody knows how to do it properly. You don't get any recommendations, or you don't get new clients. So on the long term, you fail. Okay, this is what I mean by thinking about the risk when you do something. What is the risk short term or long term? But also if you don't settle, or if you don't start doing or hiring a trainer or doing this or doing this. Okay, always think about both sides. What are the risks when we do it? What are the risks if you don't do it? Okay, what's the impact? What's the outcome? Okay. So number 4 is what are the risks? What strategy do we have to limit the risk, to lower the risk? Okay, what can we do? For example, when we run a 5-day workshop for 5 days, no sales, every salesperson is in the classroom. Okay, what strategy do we have that we don't lose business, for example? Okay, so always also have a kind of risk management. And if you do this properly, if you make sure that everyone in your team is absolutely aligned with your vision, with your goals, with your action plan, your strategy plan, everyone is aligned. If it's clear what skills are needed, and you make sure that everybody has the skills because they're there, or you hire a trainer, whatever. You have the discipline of frequent review processes. You also give feedback to the team members how they are performing, and how maybe, if needed, improve their performance to increase the contribution of the team. If your risk setting is clear, then motivation almost comes by itself. Motivation is a cause of all the 4 things you did before. Because as I told you before from this poll, what team members need for high performance is they need to know where to go. They need to know how good is the contribution they want to perform. And my own experience is, and this is my strong belief, is that every human being wants to do its best. And some people are not performing properly, not because they're lazy, it's because they don't know how to do it. Because before they make it wrong, they don't do it. Okay, so make sure that everybody has the skills. Do a free process, give them feedback, support them with an external coach or an internal coach, or maybe you as a leader step into it and coach your people to increase the performance. Be clear about the risk. Then motivation is just the outcome. They will be motivated. And my personal experience is, if team members are not motivated, then maybe it starts really on the alignment. Is everyone aligned on that? And if you need help for that, we will do this in our next episode, in episode number 4 next week. Okay, so emotional drivers are very, very important to find out what are the emotional drivers of your team members. Is there really a compelling identity as a person? On the other hand, is there pressure? Is there pressure? Maybe you're unconsciously put pressure on the team. Is there pressure from the market? Is there pressures from your own shareholders, maybe from the customers, or from the competitors? Okay, there's always pressure. No, this is reality. As we say, business is not always easy. There's more and more pressure coming. But if you follow the steps in this right direction, I guarantee you that your team members are motivated and they go with you wherever you want to go. Okay. So this is about the success star and how we are using it. Actually, we are using it frequently on every goal we set, on every team meeting we set. We always make sure that everyone is aligned. We always make sure that everybody has the skills. We make sure about the review and feedback process. And we do, of course, the risk strategy. And then we have a motivated team. And as I said before, we will deepen this in the next 3 chapters, where we go deeper about this. Okay, So use it frequently, get used to it, prepare it. It's all about preparation. When you go in a team meeting, when you share your goals with them, what do you reach for this year, for the next quarter, make sure everyone is aligned, make sure everybody knows not only why they're doing it, know what they have to do, how they have to do, make sure, and then it will work. So the last but not least question is, what if I adapt this to make it work for me? Actually, and we will talk about also in the next episode, it may be a little bit strange for your team members when you start acting like this and you involve your team members also. So you have a more open leadership style and involve your team members, but I can guarantee you it will lead to success. You have, and I guess in nowadays it's much more important because we have a totally change in our working society. And maybe when you're a sales-driven organization, you will know that decades, 2-3 decades ago, we had a change from a seller to a buyer market because the buyer has much more access to information. They can compare suppliers from all over the world through the internet. It's much more easier. So there was a change from a seller to buyer market. And what we also have the last years, becoming new generation in the workforce with the generation Y and the millennials and so on. We have also right now a change from an employer to an employee market. And actually today I had a conversation with an HR manager of a huge company. Said, Roland, we are really facing trouble to get the right people on board and to get enough people on board. Workers, blue-collar workers, office staff, but also managers. So we have a totally transition from an employer to an employee market. So it's so important, especially for the new generation, the millennials, who are looking for purpose, who have a different attitude, working attitude, who have different goals, have a different vision of their life, to really motivate them by involving them in your vision, by involving them in your action plan, by making sure that everyone is aligned. It's so important for them. Then they get your motivation. Okay, so try it out. Be patient with yourself, be patient with your team member, and then you will see that it's absolutely working. So I wish you a lot of success with the success star, and I can guarantee you from my own experience, from the experience from all my customers who implemented the success stars, the feedback was really outstanding. I said, okay, it was a game changer. Totally have a much more motivated team. Okay. So I hope I could give you some benefits, some new insights. Thank you for listening. And next week on the episode number 4, I will talk about effective team meetings. So we will talk about how you make sure that all your team members are aligned and find out what kind of leadership style needs every team member in different tasks so they can perform. I thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing rest of the week. Thank you. And if you want to contact me, go on my website. It's my name, rolandfriedl.com, and you find whatever support you need. Have an amazing day. Bye.
Well done. So many great points that you made there. And I just want our audience to know that you have given me some great direction and coaching and helped me make a really important decision. And you said, is this part of your strategic plan? And so I just want people to know you are the real deal and to go ahead and reach out to Roland. Roland, thank you again for just providing so much great content that people can really dig into and embrace and incorporate into their lives.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I thank you for giving this platform so we experts can reach out to our audience and share our knowledge and experience. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. And I wish you a beautiful evening, and I'll be in touch soon.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And if you're interested in learning more about our Talking Heads team, you can go over to our website, which is USA Global TV, and you can look across the top and you'll see Talking Heads. You can also watch all of our Talking Heads shows as well as our 20 live shows each week on our website, which is usaglobaltv.com, or on our YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV, and you can look for the playlist Talking Heads. Thank you so much for being here. We will be back tomorrow. This was our last show for today. So again, go over to our YouTube channel or our website. You can watch all of our shows. If you'd like to be considered to be a talking head, it is by invitation only. So you can reach out to me directly by going to our website, usaglobaltv.com, and sending me a message. Talking heads have to have at least 5 years of experience. They have to be outstanding presenters. And of course, they have to have a large following of people. So if you're interested, we have a couple of spots open. But again, do reach out to me on our website. Thank you again. God bless you all. And let's be wonderful and graceful to each other. Let's lift each other up. Let's look for the good in each and every one of us because it's there. Thank you. Take care.